So in the latest evaluation of Clubhouse, it was evaluated at $1 billion and also has just recently launched the Android app finally. And I want to discuss and ask you guys as well as to what you think Clubhouse is going to do in the future. Is it going to remain popular, or is Twitter, Spaces potentially going to, overtake its functionality and draw more people to that platform since it already has such a large base of users? And sort of what are the economics and the technology features of Clubhouse that may make it unique and allow it to go forward? So let's kind of break all that down, and I'll give you guys my opinions on where Clubhouse is potentially going in the next couple of years. What's going on, guys? My name is Matej. Another day for Music Biz Daily. For all my YouTube watchers, I appreciate you guys interacting with my videos. As always, give me some feedback, like it, dislike it. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see or any other topics you would like me to talk about, put it that way. And I'll certainly, do my research on it, or if I already know a lot about the topic, I'll do it, as soon as possible. And also, in the description below, check out what me and my team do. Specifically, check out our Indie Artist Accelerator, and you already know what I'm going to say. Check me out weekly on Twitch with Clinton Sparks. On his shows, we have a new segment called Music Biz Weekly, and we talk about the latest in the music industry, business news, technologies. We have a good dialogue going back and forth. You're going to learn a lot from that, so make sure you check me out there. But let me get into this topic of how Clubhouse has just been evaluated at 1 billion. So Clubhouse, according to the latest report that I read, is evaluated at $1 billion. It's also launched its Android app recently. On Apple, I believe they have up to 8 million downloaded copies of the application. And, it also enabled, I believe, certain speakers or account users to get paid for, growing their rooms or basically using Clubhouse. So let's kind of talk about, where it's going to go. And this is just my take on it right now. On the technology itself, it's not that revolutionary. I don't think there's much intellectual property behind the technology itself, because at the end of the day, it's like a Zoom room without the video. It's all just high quality audio coming through, and I'm wondering if Clubhouse actually is creating demand for people to get on and go in the talk rooms, as opposed to just grabbing demand from other applications that already had this capability. There's a lot of applications out there where people could set up rooms and sort of have a conversation. A lot of times videos involved, but as you guys, I don't know, me personally, I've been on ton of Zoom meetings throughout the whole 2020 COVID year and going forward into 2021. And, a lot of times people just turn off their video. So at the end of the day, it just ends up being sort of voice. So the technology or the usage of just voice, in my opinion, is nothing revolutionary. But Clubhouse, popularity-wise, branding-wise, is becoming, the app to use for that. And I'm wondering if somebody like Twitter, that has, I think at this point, like 400 million active daily active users, could they have the potential to take over that functionality and start drawing more people to Twitter and use their Spaces functionality they just implemented, which is pretty much mimicking Clubhouse. And the reason I'm saying that is that because Facebook and Instagram together try to basically take over the stories functionality from Snapchat, and they sort of did. Let me kind of, take you through some of these numbers. In quarter 4, 2018 or quarter 1, 2019, Snapchat at that point had its highest daily active users, which was 190 million. I'm sorry, back. Quarter 1, 2018, I was right. Quarter 1, 2018 was 191 million daily active users. That was right around the time when Facebook finally succeeded from taking over the stories functionality, and it was done through Instagram. Facebook tried to, basically mimic the stories functionality even like a year prior. I think since 2016, pretty much since Snapchat sort of became like the biggest thing. Maybe 2015 was when it was the biggest thing, but they've been trying for a long time. So Instagram finally did it, and in 2018, quarter 1, which was the highest Snapchat usage at the time at 191 million, they saw a slump. it seemed like Snapchat was moving backwards. It went to 188 quarter two, quarter three 2018 it went to 186, quarter four 186, and quarter one 2019 it took them a whole year just to bounce back to where they were at. Everybody was worried that Snapchat was dying off, so to speak, but they luckily saved themselves, and in the latest numbers, quarter four 2020, they were 265 million daily active users. So it seems like Snapchat is introducing certain things that are getting their usage back up, but it's also outside of the US, I would say. At least when I look at the US numbers, it's sort of, remained the same since its slump after Instagram sort of took over its functionality, and Snapchat is expanding in other, parts of the world. That's why they're seeing the higher active daily numbers. So is that the potential for Clubhouse? But Clubhouse is very early on. Like, let's say they have, 10 million downloads at this point on iPhone, and another maybe 5 million, if that, on Android, right? 15 million downloads does not mean that's 15 million daily active users. Like, for example, I'm on Clubhouse. That's why I got an iPhone like 2 months ago, and now they have an Android app, so I paid, $400 for a used iPhone for nothing. But at the end of the day, having 15 million downloads could maybe result in like 5 to 6 million daily active users, for example. And the question is that enough to really keep Clubhouse going? Because that's always going to be, the worry for every new social media platform that comes out, because there's nothing really proprietary about what Clubhouse is doing. So for Twitter to reach that functionality, for Facebook to do something similar, potentially for Instagram to have something similar like that, or for TikTok to do a voice-only chat room or a private thing that you could set up, it's very possible. So I don't know if Clubhouse is going to remain around for long, or it also might. I'm not sure if I'm bullish, and I'm like right there in the middle. I need to see more data. I am developing my own strategy to start, July 1st of getting on Clubhouse more often and really, gaining more presence on there. But at the end of the day, maybe this is one of my weaknesses in terms of business, is that I never am the one that always wants to, be out there networking all the time. Even though I make daily video content, I'm more comfortable with that. But networking, I always kind of, felt I needed to improve that aspect. And that's what I see Clubhouse as a potential. What I don't like about Clubhouse, which I think is sort of stabilized, is that there was a lot of trash talk, a lot of negative rooms, at least the ones that I've been in early on. And I felt like it wasn't productive. Like I felt like I was wasting a lot of time listening to dumb, shitty conversations on the platform. However, obviously, if I was to host my own room and try to deliver value that way and have people on there, that's a different story. It's just in the early days, I didn't find a lot of that going on. But obviously, big names in business like, Gary Vee, Elon Musk, or Mark Cuban, or even Jay-Z had a big platform, obviously gives them more visibility, because they already have demand for that visibility. People want to be immersed in their world. So it always, any one of these new platforms, if a big name in business or a big name in music, big name in entertainment embraces it, obviously they're going to get a lot of demand on there and drive a lot of demand to that app. The question is it useful for a smaller business, medium-sized business? And I think it is. All I'm saying is that the technology is not unique, and we've seen, these type of battles sort of happen in other apps like Snapchat, like the example that I just gave you, which they almost didn't recover from. It could have been another Vine. It could have been another MySpace potentially. It could have been another, I don't know if you guys remember Vero. I think in 2018, I was trying to participate in Vero as well and build that. I was like a music-specific, social networking app. Where's that at? It's pretty much non-existent far as I know. I mean, I logged in there before. There may be a few people still on there, but it's not really existing no more. So that's my take on Clubhouse. But the news is that they got evaluated at 1 billion. They released their Android app. I wish them luck. I don't want any business to fall for no reason. But hopefully, I want to see Clubhouse introducing other functionalities into their app to make it worthwhile for people to really, have a good conversation and gain exposure and really network in a new, authentic way, potentially. So I'm going to leave you with that. As always, share this video with whoever needs to see it. Save it, watch it later, give me some feedback. I really appreciate it. You know where to find out what me and my team do, and I'll see you tomorrow as always. Peace.